Before you discovered Peter Obi, I was already running for president. And now because I look small, Peter Obi, I said, na packaging. Nobody knows Sabi to package.
Listening to Sowore's attack on Peter Obi, all I could see is envy. Guys, in this video you're about to watch, I want to show you how Obi Didnt dragged Sowore on the streets of internet for his blatant lie against Peter Obi. One, he said Peter Obi, remember he's the one that owns Salary Reporters. He said Peter Obi never leave any money in Anambra when he was living, that he lied. Okay, there are a lot of proofs that I'm going to be showing you. Number two, he said has been politics before Peter Obi. You only contested in 2019 when you scored less than 4,000 votes. Peter Obi was two-time governor. See, I don't want to say too much, please just watch this one. This is a better disgrace that Sowore received here. There are some lies that is not worth it, some things that is not worth doing. Please, as you watch this video, I beg, just keep sharing this video. The people T-Pain that me I know Sowore was even happy when Buhari came, when APC came to power, he came to Nigeria, no, that he contributed bringing to power. The people should shine his energy on to attack T-Pain. He said, innocent Peter Obi, I'm not going to talk. Please, as you watch this video, do me a favor, just give it a thumbs up. And please share, let everyone see it. Because the likes of Sowore, we have to use this video to open the nyash of the anus of the fowl.
And now because I look small, Peter Obi, I said, na packaging. Nobody knows Sabi to package things. You feel pack your load now, say my next vacation, na Anambra, I won't go spend that. If I join Peter Obi, I will be going against what I have always stood for, which is that I would never support a Nigerian leader who has been president, governor, chairman, local government councillor before, who I consider non-performing. It's the same reason I would never have joined hands with Atiku. And the Peter Obi you are talking about was vice president to Atiku when I was a presidential candidate in 2019.
Yes.
So what are we talking about? Peter Obi on. There's no lesser evil in my books. If you are evil, you are evil. If you are good, you are good. But I am not interfering with people who have emotional attachments. So I have a general disdain for non-performance.
But what did he do that you can say, now this thing where Peter Obi did do? Because you mentioned that you said he's been packaged. So are you telling us that all those
he saved money when he was leaving the office? There was money.
So where the money was saved? Which bank in there?
He said he was in the bank.
He said he was in the bank.
Fidelity Bank.
So you they accept if another person tell you that kind of story, say he said he's in the
So are you saying he's lying?
The person will take over from Obiano, talks in a lie, the video day. Say they don't save any money. In fact, say them owe money. That the money that they claim to save, they don't already owe them to contractors. This one day, now go cover them up because like candidates. No, I'm telling you now, this one is public information now. They do not be for Wazobia where I know you.
Yes.
Yes, now. Husband material. Not be for Wazobia.
Yes.
The time where we did interview for 2019. Peter will be there outside that time.
No, you know.
That's why they ask questions that time now. So why when I don't come ask question for 2023? If now carry me that time for Wazobia, now go ask, even get this man, Ukubi. Ukubi will come climb one place.
There have been war of words between some of your supporters and those of former Governor Peter Obi. This is a follow-up question though, because you mentioned it, then I need to ask you, how much did he actually leave in the state coffers when he left as governor? And are you willing to publicly publish the bank verified statement to settle the matter once and for all?
Yes. Not talking. Yes. My predecessor left 9 billion cash and
9 million or 9 billion?
9 billion cash and 25.6 billion in script issues. These are sovereign wealth fund and shares in other banks. You know, if you put 9 million to that, you get 35.5 billion.
The reasons I want to speak about him is that in the media, there has been accusations and counter-accusations about the money he left in Anambra State. And as a participant at that time in 2013, 2014, I would like to again restate that Peter Obi actually left the money he said he left. And I had documented it in my back page article that I wrote some 2 years ago on the 8th of June 2020. I happened to be the CEO of Diamond Bank at that time, and he came to my office. He wanted to leave the money in cash, and we said no. We strategized and said we'll invest the money in Eurobonds. I personally helped him exchange naira to dollar, about $155 million, which we are invested in the tier 2 capital of some of the banks, and then in some Eurobonds. Some of them have maturities up to 2023, so some of the monies have not matured.
I know Anambra very well. And so, when I met the governor who had just finished his tenure, I asked him, I said, my dear brother, I had been longing to thank you immensely. You did something remarkably well. God bless you. He said, my brother, what is that? I said, the international airport you built in Oka. I said, I am exceedingly happy. He said, oh my God, I'm happy hearing it from you. Then I added, I said, where did you get the money? He said, Biko, now my former colleague left the money behind. I laughed. I said, he left it. He said, frankly speaking, he left money in foreign currency. It's the money I saw. I said, look, let me leave a legacy before we go. So, I'm not promising. I won't leave money. I'm owing them here. And I'll use the money well. Sir, my people in Taraba State, you have heard him. It's left for us to decide. Do we want a Nigeria of promise for our children, or we want until we are kidnapped with our wives and kept in another place and be at the mercy of the kidnappers? All this is left for us to tell ourselves. I would rather that we will live in the very comfortable and live a full life as decent citizens in this country. We were in the office before coming here. He said, are you exporting coffee? Are you exporting tea?
In the last election, that's 2023, there was a major movement that came up and shook Nigeria to its very core, the political world. Now, as a matter of fact, I had friends who had bets with me and said this movement would not gather more than 1 million votes. But at the end of the day, that movement gathered over 5 million votes. And people till today, people say if that movement had formed an alliance with other political parties, that the president we have today would not have won the presidency. I'm sure you already know we're talking about the Obi Didnt movement. That was an unprecedented movement and nobody saw it coming. Peter Obi just came up. And now, what do you think, from your experiences in politics, what do you think were the roles that the Obi himself, who is the leader of the Obi Didnt movement, played that made him, to the surprise of people, gather as much as 5 million votes? And what do you think can be done in the next election with such a movement to move forward?
Well, let me shock you. Contrary to what you said, they didn't shake Nigeria. If they shook Nigeria, Nigeria would not be the way it is today. I'm telling you this because I was there, I was part of that election. What Obi came to do is what the political class had planned for him to do, which is to create a movement that will make it sound like Nigeria is going to shake, but Nigeria will not shake. And because movements are very powerful in nature, movements don't go halfway. there's a difference between motion and movement. There can be plenty of motion and there will be no movement. If it was a movement, it was after the election that its work was cut out for it. But you know what? It has been said that there is no future for a pack of, there's no future for a sheep that's leading a pack of lions. Two things are going to happen to it. Whichever way, the lions are going to eat it. You understand? But if it's one lion that's leading a pack of sheep, there is no way that movement will not win because you have the right head. So, my own position is that the moment I saw a movement that involves Obasanjo, Babangida, and all these people who put Nigeria where it was, I said to myself, and that's why this part of the interview will not appeal to people like you or the Obi Didnt movement, that is not going anywhere. I said it, and it was my position, because Obi himself was part of the system that put Nigeria where it is today. And I met him during the election, I was a candidate, and I asked him, after a while he started running away from me, because I called for debate. Let's debate your role when you were governor of Anambra State. Did you create a Dubai out of Anambra? He couldn't answer it. Then they started avoiding me in debates. So what I'm trying to say is that, you see, a John the Baptist might come. And I'm using biblical terminology because I know a lot of Nigerians are Christians. But that doesn't mean that salvation will come. You understand? So this is an elaborate way you describe the movement that I'm explaining to you because I was on the ground. And you can see already that the movement is falling apart. The Labour Party has completely, which I describe as an Airbnb, that's the Labour Party.